Was there a point where you were like, okay, I'm good at this now?
It's funny because I still don't feel that way. I still
Mhm.
it's and I think there's a healthy balance to strike here. And I think you guys both will relate to me on this. Like every time it's like the goalposts always move when you go back and listen to yourself or look at your work from like 3 years ago. Where if you had asked me in like 2022, I would have said, I feel like I'm like making good progress and I'm like really starting to come into my own and like but if I heard myself in 2019 and 2022, I would have been like, this is impossible to listen to. But in 2019 was when I like won this like national award for broadcasting, and I would have told you then, oh my God, I can't listen to my first broadcast from 2016. It's horrible. You know what I mean?
So it keeps
There's
Yeah.
going.
always this growth that's happening. And like I've heard professionals who are at ESPN talk about this, that yeah, I can't stand to listen to myself 3 years ago and I can't believe I was on linear. It's a good thing if you're feeling that way because it's you're still improving and you're still growing. That's what you're always striving for. I think I will say that there was a moment where I felt like I can do this. Like I can really make a career out of this is almost a better way. Like where okay, I'm not going to be a struggling trying to break in person forever. Like I can build something from this.
What was that moment of realization where you're like, this can be a career for me?
I think it was when I did the 2023 softball tournament for the American and it went well. And the reason I point to that moment was, getting work at like a school or getting work one place is one thing, right? Is that you can like make some money doing it, like you can kind of start to break in. But that was the first time it felt like it was like, okay, now I have a third thing and this is also growing and this is also in line with it. So it was like kind of and since then it's grown into like I've done soccer with them twice, I've done baseball once, and still am involved with the conference and things like that and have good relationships there and did football twice this year, and kind of got my feet wet with that for the first time. I think between that to football is where my confidence has grown that this is where I'm meant to be. And it was that sort of you're starting to do stuff that's beyond just yeah, I work with one school or I work in this one place. It's that things have really expanded from that and you're getting that feedback from multiple points of yeah, we like you, we want to use you, we want you involved with our product, which is really cool to feel and it feels like you're continuing to grow in your career in a positive way, that you can do that in multiple aspects, being at one place and being involved with a school like USF, who's been tremendous, and then being involved adjacently with the conference as well. Those things sort of really build your confidence that you have a place and you carved out, a corner of this business that you can grow in.
That's
That's
amazing.
interesting. I think, too, what comes to mind about doing play-by-play as well, like, I think there are baseline things that go like, you are good at this, but there's always going to be a level of like objectivity of like, if someone likes you or not. And I feel
Yeah.
like that sometimes can be really tough for anybody who works on the front end of things of like, does someone like your voice? Does someone like the way that you say things or how you handle moments? And like getting those gigs where someone worked with you on baseball and then they recommended you to someone else and then they saw your stuff and they go, "Oh, I like that guy." Like when you start getting those gigs, they to me feel very different of like agree like what you said like, "Okay, I can do this." Like I'm
Right.
going somewhere. Hey, thanks for watching this clip. For more on sports media and working in the industry, subscribe to the How to Cook a Goose podcast.